Good morning to all students. In my last session, I told you about how to find seasonal indices using ratio to trend method, which is the second method to measure seasonal variations. Now we'll see this third method of measuring seasonal variations, which is ratio to moving averages method. So we'll see how to calculate the seasonal indices using this ratio to moving average method. So let us suppose we have a problem like this, or a problem is given to you like find the seasonal indices for the following data using ratio to moving average method. So this is the data, quarterly data. So this is quarterly data and these are the years. So first in this procedure, in this method, first you have to calculate moving averages. So which order moving average you have to find, whether it is 2 yearly or 3 yearly or 4 yearly or 10 yearly, that we don't know. So how to decide that? You have to see the data. Now since the data is given in quarters means how many quarters? You have 4 quarters. So we'll find 4 yearly moving averages. So 4 quarterly moving averages we'll find. So to find 4 quarter moving averages, first you should rearrange this data. So first step is calculation of 4 quarterly moving averages. Moving averages, I'm writing it as MA. So to find 4 quarterly moving average, you have to arrange the data vertically. So here I'll write years. So first year is 1994. Then you have quarters here. So in 94 you will have 4 quarters, first, second, third and fourth. Like that, in 1995 you will have 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then 1996 you will have 1, 2, 3, 4. Likewise 1997, 1, 2, will not be visible. And erase this heading and write it from here so that calculations you can see it easily. Right here again. So first step is calculation of 4 quarterly moving averages. Okay. So for this, arrange the data vertically. So here I am writing years and here I am writing quarters. So 1994, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Then 1995, first, second, third, fourth. Then 1996, first, second, third, fourth. Then 1997, first, second, third, fourth. I hope now this is clear. Now you write the values, whatever values, suppose here sales are given, whatever values are given to you, write that values here. Okay. So for 94, first quarter is 65, second quarter is 58, then 56, then 61. Similarly this also. So for 95, 68, 63, 63, then 67. For 96 it is 70, 59, 56, 52. For 97, 60, 55, 51, 58. So here the problem was given to you in this form, in this table form. Now I have rearranged this data in a vertical form. Okay. So for 94 I have written it vertically, 95 vertically, like this. Now it will be easy for you to calculate the moving averages. So this I'll write it as first column, this one is second column. Now we will find 4 quarterly moving totals. First we will find 4 quarterly moving totals. This I'll denote this as column 3. Okay, so 4 quarterly moving totals means 65 plus 58 plus 56 plus 61. Add this 4 and write in the middle. Okay, so here middle of these 4 values will be what? Between 58 and 56. So I'll add this 4 and write here. Here middle value will be. So the total I have calculated, I got it as 240. Now leave the first value, add the remaining 4. So 58 plus 56 plus 61 plus 68. That means you are adding these 4. And this is the middle value. So how much I am getting? That I am getting it as 243. Next, leave the first 2. Leave first 2, then add next 4. 56 plus 61 plus 68 plus 63. So when I am adding these 4, I will get here in between 56, 61, 68 and 63. So this will be the middle value. So I am getting that as 248. Similarly, leave this. 65, 58, 56 you leave it. Then add 61 plus 68 plus 63 plus 63. So this will be the middle value. So that I am getting it as 255. So similarly, when I am calculating the 4 yearly moving totals by leaving the previous value and adding the subsequent values, I will get the remaining values as 261. This one is 263. This 259. This one is 252. Then you have 237. Then 227. Then you have 223, 280 and 224. Okay. So I am repeating, I will repeat again how to find this moving totals. It's a little bit confusing. Just for your convenience, I am repeating it again. How I got these totals. See, 4 quarterly moving totals. No? So take the first 4 values, 65, 58, 56, 61. When I add this 4, I am getting 240. That 240 should be written against this 4, against the middle position of these 4 values. So here middle position of these 4 values is this one. So corresponding to this element. Now how to get the second value? Second value is leave the first observation, add next 4. So you have to delete the first one and add the subsequent one. So 58 plus 56 plus 61 plus 68. When you add this 4, this is the middle position. So write against this 243. Then for the third value, leave the first 2, add from third to subsequent 4. So 56, 61, 68, 63. So this is the middle value. Similarly, leave the first 3, then add next 4. So 61, 68, 63, 63, you will get this middle value. Okay. So like this, you calculate the 4 quarterly moving totals. After getting 4 quarterly moving totals, because you are not getting exact quarter, now this middle of these 2 is this one I said. But is this corresponding to any quarter? No, we are not getting corresponding to any quarter. So to get this value corresponding to a quarter, we will calculate another column, which is sum of 2 4 quarter totals. This is column 4. Sum of 2 4 quarter totals means I will add these 2 again. When I am adding these 2, I have to write in between these 2 that value. So how much I am getting here? This is 483. Now this 483 I should write in between these 2. So in between these 2 position is this. Now this position is corresponding to exact this third quarter. Now we got the value corresponding to the particular quarter. Whereas in this previous column you are not getting corresponding to any quarter. So to get that value corresponding to a quarter, we are finding sum of 2 4 quarter moving totals again. So whatever 4 quarter moving totals you have calculated, again you calculate sum of those 2 4 quarters. So now I got sum of this first 2 4 quarter moving total as 483. Now leave the first one, add next 2. So 243 plus 248. So how much you will get? 243 plus 248. So 11, 9, 491. Yeah. Now this 491 will be in between these two. Now this is corresponding to fourth quarter. Now this is corresponding to third quarter. Right. Then 248 plus 255. So this is 30503. 503 I should write in between these two. So this is corresponding to this quarter. Okay, then these two. 255 plus 261. So this will be 516. Now this is corresponding to this quarter. Then 261 plus 263. So 524. Then 263 plus 259. So this is 522. So this is corresponding to this. Then 259 plus 252. So this is 511. Then 252 plus 237. So 489. 237 plus 237 plus 227. So which is equal to 464. So corresponding to this. Then 227 plus 223, which is equal to 450. Now corresponding to this quarter. Then 223 plus 280. 223 plus 280, which is equals to 441. 218 plus 224. So 218 plus 224 is 442. So here in this 4-year moving totals, see here for the first 2 years you are not getting any values because you have calculated the added the 4 values and you have written the value against the middle one. Likewise, when you are deleting and adding, you will get last this 4. When you are adding these 4, you will get this total. When I am removing this and I have to add next 4 means I don't have any observation. So I will stop it here only. Okay, that's why you will not get values, last 2 values also. Now after getting sum of 2 4-quarter totals, you have to find 4-quarter moving averages. So how to find 4-quarter moving averages? This is column 5. This is equal to column 4 divided by 8. Why 8 means you are adding it 2 times. See, once you have added 4 values, again you have added 2 values. So total you are adding 8 values. That's why divided by 8. So 483 divided by 8 will give you 60.38. This one is 61.38. 62.88. Then you have 64.50. Then 65.50, 65.25, 63.88, 61.13, 58.00, 56.25, 55.13, 55.25. So when I am dividing the sum of 2 4-quarter totals with 8, you will get the 4 quarterly moving averages. After getting 4 quarterly moving averages, you have to calculate ratio to moving average. So this is column 6, which is equals to column 2 divided by column 5 into 100. That means original values, whatever values are given to you in the problem, that value divided by the moving average which you have calculated, that value into 100. So here for the ratio to moving average value, because you don't have moving average for the first 2 values, so this will be blank. So for the first year, first quarter and second quarter value will be blank. From third quarter onwards you calculate. So second value is how much in the problem? It is 56. 56 divided by 60.38 into 100. So that comes out to be 92.75. Similarly, 61 divided by 61.38 into 100. So 99.38. Similarly, 68 divided by 62.88. So you will get 108.14. Here 97.67. Similarly, 96.18. 102.68. 109.58. 96.52. 96.55. 92.44. 108.83. 99.55. Last two values will be blank. So now we got ratio to moving averages. After getting ratio to moving averages, now you have to calculate. So after finding the ratio to moving averages, you got this column. You have to calculate seasonal indices using this ratio to moving average values. So here I write it, calculation of seasonal indices. So after calculating the 4 yearly quarterly moving averages, this is calculation of seasonal indices. So to calculate the seasonal indices, draw the column, draw the table as given in the problem, in the same format, draw it. Write the years 1994, 1995, 1996, 1997. Then first quarter, second quarter, third quarter and fourth quarter values. Now write the ratio to moving average values here. So 94 first quarter value is blank. 94 second quarter value is blank. 94 third quarter value it is given as 92.75. Similarly 94 fourth quarter value is 99.38. 1995 first quarter value is 108.14. Similarly 97.67. Then you have 96.18, 102.68, 109.58. See, 109.58 is first quarter of 96. Then 96.52, 96.55, 92.44, 108.83, 99.55. And last two values for 97, third quarter is blank, fourth quarter is blank. So these two will be blank. Now calculate the totals. So now you got, for each quarter you got the moving average values, ratio to moving average values. Now you calculate totals for each quarter. So the totals I have already calculated. I'll write those total values. So for this total you will get, when you add this, you get 326.55. Second quarter total is 293.74. Third quarter is 285.48. Fourth quarter total is 294.5. Now seasonal indices are nothing but averages of these quarters. So when you find averages of these values, it is nothing but seasonal indices. So when I am finding averages, 326.55 divided by how many values you have? Here you have 3 values. Only 3 values you have added. First value is not there. So divide by 3. You get 108.85. Here also you have 3 values. So 293.74 divided by 3. So 97.91. Here also 3 values. So this will be 95.16. Here also divide by 3. You will get 98.17. Now same as ratio to trend. Here also check this total. Now this total is how much, add all this. when you add this, you should get 400. If it is not 400, you have to find adjusted seasonal indices by multiplying each of the seasonal index with a constant k. So when I am adding all these things, all these indices or all these averages, I am getting 400.09, which is not equal to 400. So I will find adjusted seasonal indices. How to find adjusted seasonal indices? To find adjusted seasonal indices, you should calculate the constant k. So k is equals to 400 divided by total of seasonal indices. So 400 divided by total of seasonal indices 400.09. So when I am dividing these two, I am getting constant as 0.998. Now multiply each of this average with this 0.998. So when I multiply that, I will get 108.82. 97.91 into 0.998 is 97.89. 95.16 into 0.998 is 95.14. 98.17 into 0.998 is 98.15. Now you add all these things, you will get exact 400. So these are the seasonal indices calculated by ratio to moving average method. Thank you.